Hi everyone. Today we're going to be giving you some really short tips on how to deal with stressful situations. So I'm going to be talking you through the 4 A's. The first is avoid. So thinking about, in a stressful situation, is there anything in that you can actually avoid? Anything that is stressing you unnecessarily? For example, it might be a certain person that you know really drains you or causes you stress in a particular situation. Is there any way that you could limit contact with that person or have contact with that person at a time when you know you're going to have enough time, for example, and you're not going to be really stressed? Is there anything else in terms of your to-do list? So often something that really stresses us is that we cram our days really full of things. We're running from one thing to another. So is there anything that you can do to actually make your day a little bit more manageable? Are you overfilling your day or trying to cram more into it than you absolutely need to? Also having a think about whether there's any other sort of healthy habits you can embed into your day that again will help you avoid the things that are stressing you. For example, are you able to do the things at the start of the day in a different way so that your day doesn't become unnecessarily busy once you start sort of scheduling your work things or doing things in a back-to-back kind of fashion? What are the habits that you can embed that will help you avoid being in an unnecessarily stressful situation? So that's the first one, avoid. The second A is around alter, and this is about sort of altering the way that you're approaching a situation or altering the way that you're thinking about a situation. So think about, for example, is there a different way that you could communicate how you're feeling? If you find yourself in a stressful situation, could you communicate that to people in a different way so they really appreciate how you're feeling or how you're coping in that given situation? Also thinking about, what is your part to play in this? So having a think about what you've taken on or what you've done in that situation that's added to your stress as opposed to helping to minimize it. Another aspect in terms of this one is thinking about that kind of self-talk. So when you find yourself in stressful situations, can you alter the way that your kind of mind works, I guess? Thinking about whether you're prone in those sorts of instances to being really hard on yourself or worrying unnecessarily or being quite self-critical. So thinking about whether you need to alter that self-talk component. So that's the second one, alter. The third one is around adapting. And this is perhaps adapting your expectations of any given situation. So having a think about, what's the bigger picture? Is this something that I'm really going to worry about? My grandmother used to say, will you worry about it in 5 years' time? Yes or no? If you won't, do you need to worry about it now? So thinking about your expectations, perhaps altering or adapting the way or what you're expecting an outcome to be from any given situation. It can also sometimes help to maybe amend the standards that we have or adapt the standards that we set for ourselves. We can often expect standards sort of up here, whereas sometimes maybe we just need to be a little bit kinder on ourselves. And this also leads me to the idea about gratitude. So is there a way that we could be grateful for what we are getting from a situation as opposed to stressed because it's not the outcome that would have been otherwise perhaps perfect? So that's the third one, that's adapt. And then the fourth one is accept. And this is really about accepting the things that are outside of our control. It might not be perfect, it might not be exactly how we wanted it, but is it good enough? Will it actually suffice for what it is that we're trying to achieve? So sometimes it just is about being a little bit kinder to ourselves and actually accepting that, there's going to be things that we can't change. There's going to be things that there's nothing we can do about the situation. Let's make the most of it. Perhaps there's something that we can learn from a situation. It might not have been perfect, but what could we learn and do differently? What can we take from a situation that, whilst it might not be ideal, is still something that we can get some benefit from? So those are the 4 A's: avoid, alter, adapt, and accept.